Okay, hello, welcome back to my channel. Let's have a quick look at the hourly chart of a few Forex pairs. I wasn't able to do my what markets to trade tomorrow video on the one that I do on Sunday, but let's do something now. So what we saw today on the euro dollar, first of all, is this is not a setup that I would take. Because of this kind of boxed market, as you can see. And so let's go to the 2-hour chart or the 5-hour chart or the 4-hour chart. If you look at it, it's all going sideways, right? Go to the 8-hour chart or the 5-hour chart. I don't know why it's not printing it. We can go to the 4-hour chart. Let's see if it does that. Yeah. So we can see it's a sideways market, and the market obviously has broken from this level and gone up there. Let's zoom in on this. Get rid of that. Delete in mode actually. So if you look at this, this is not something that we're interested in, but it creates a massive opportunity. So what it does is that we have now seen the market has gone up, but it has been rejected here. So if we create a zone at these levels and then kind of monitor these, let's change this to a bit bluish, right? So if we monitor these levels and see what happens, then what will happen is that tomorrow around this time, so if I were to put a line there, that's the 7 o'clock session. If the market now stopped going up and started posting sideways candles here and here and here and stayed with this range, time to draw another box. So let's suppose it stays around this level, inside it. Now I'm going to take it to the M15 chart. See, we have that much time. If within this time market stays sideways, so it could do things like, you know, down, go into drawing mode, goes up, down, probably even come down, and then goes up, and then creates a tight box around this area. Tomorrow morning, I've gone all the way to the 20th. Okay. No wonder it was taking that long. Okay, let's get out of this. Change this. Bring this line to tomorrow's 7 o'clock. It is tomorrow 7 o'clock, my friend. Okay, that's fine. So it stays this way. We'll be looking for. So what would happen is that the AO, this Ames wave, will start coming back to the 0 line, right? Where is my line? So this will come around here, cross the 0 line and stay here. This is what it's probably going to do. So when this happens, market would have been boxed around these levels, and what we'll do is that we will trade the breakout on the M15 chart. If we go to the hourly chart, it can also stay sideways, and it could probably create a box that will be a little bit lower than the highs up there, and then you can take the breakout somewhere here. So that is what we call the famous setup. And this could set up on many different pairs. So let's go and check other pairs. We have the Euro Yen. So Euro Yen had a very clean breakout. If you go to the 5-hour or the 4-hour chart, you can see purple was inside mingle. So this was a setup zero, a pure breakout. And if you go to the daily chart, we can see that market was not really strongly, but it was going down until this push up and a pull back. After that, it's doing this. So I can see that it probably could do an ABC sort of situation from here to here and then here to here. Now the C usually does target zone 2, so we could probably put that here. So C could end around that area, 117.50, around that area. That could be C. So if I go to the 4-hour chart, you'll see that it coincides with these levels. So this is what it can do. Another interesting thing that I see is happening is the waltz setup on the Euro Yen. So if I go to the, I'm going to mark this first. Let's put a box around it. And then if I go to the M5 chart, you will see something's happening. Now it's gone to in an impulsive fashion. So it's created what we call the H1M1 setup. So when you see one or two of these very strong candles, then followed by a pause candle like that, on the M5 or on the M1 chart, it will give you a beautiful setup 1. Now in this occasion, it did not do that, but it gave quite a lot of M1 setups. If I go to the 3-minute chart, it's almost giving me a beautiful setup 1. Check the 2-minute chart and it becomes perfect. Why does it become perfect? Because this is the magic. See, if we assume this is where the 3 started, count those bars. It says 76. So it's a 76 or 70, let's say 69 bars, wave 1 to wave 3. And if this is where wave 4 ends, then that means 107 bars altogether from here to here. And that's what creates the perfect setup 1. So you go along there. So that's one more thing. Okay, let's go to the Euro Pound. So the Euro Pound on the hourly chart was a beautiful setup the other day on Friday. Right now it's pulled back, going up. If we go to the M30, probably have a setup. Yeah, some kind of a setup. You could have gone long here and then add on one more time and see how it goes. Your target would be okay, let's do this. Your target counting would start from here up to here and here. So if I drag it down, so this would be your target, 0.8975. That would be a very good target. And your risk reward should be, if you took your trade here and had your stop loss below the box and you target that, then your risk reward is 1:1.82. Not bad at all. But realistically, as soon as this candle closes, your stop loss will be here. And from that point onward, it's actually a 3.27 risk. That's how I normally calculate it. So if I was going to go long here, my stop loss, I would use this candle. But I could have used this as well. So that's another thing. Let's go to the next chart, Euro Australian dollar. So this is a highly volatile pair these days. If we go to the daily chart, we can see that I have some kind of an alert set up on this. And I've done that because of it almost touched it, but then it went down. So that is because I was watching this for a potential famous setup. Now, like I explained a little bit earlier about the euro dollar that is going on. Now, had it stayed after the Sunday night open last night, had it stayed up to 7 o'clock around here within the box, and it would have created a setup 1 on the M15 chart. So if you look at it, it did actually create a setup 1. Your pending order would have been there, stop loss here, target point 2 are up, but it broke below the box, so the setup was invalidated. These are very interesting observations as well. As you can see, price breaks this range, comes down, comes back to it, retests it, and then drops. That pivot zone. Very interesting things to watch out for. Pound dollar. So we can see on the daily chart that it's had that massive drop, then pretty good recovery, followed by some sideways, and now it's finally broke below the low. But it could prove to be a wave 1 and 2, because I can see ABC on this, pretty clear ABC. So if that is the case, then this could turn into a PC here and the uptrend resumes. If you go to the weekly chart, we can see that a strong drop but an equally strong recovery. Other than that, it's generally a pretty good downtrend going on. It may well come around here to this level, and we'll see what it does. But if this price continues to go and then it enters this range again, this range, then things will change. If you go to the hourly chart, it has bounced against the purple, which is representing these levels. See these levels here? So as soon as it stays in this zone, it's being hit by these support resistance levels. If it stays sideways and then breaks out, we'll see. Again, the situation with the pound dollar is that if it stays sideways, let me redraw these boxes around here, throughout the night, it could create a bullish famous setup, which would be a setup 1 on the M15 chart. Let's go forward. Pound yen. Same situation like the pound dollar. It stays sideways, but we'll see if it continues to drop during this rest of the session, then it will be a different scenario. So the pound Australian dollar has been going down. It could have been traded on the M30, I think, or the M15. Not really. It's not really clean. Although if you trade it here, it will be considered a setup 1 into wave 5, but it's not really clean and smooth. So the pound CAD has created, let's go to the 4-hour chart. Actually, let's go to the daily chart. So it's broken out of this range, and now any pullback on this would create beautiful setup on the 4-hour chart. Meanwhile, on the hourly chart, it is in the process of probably creating a setup for tomorrow. So if it stays like so, then tomorrow it could be a setup 1 here at the London Open. It was a beautiful setup 1 here on Friday. We didn't take this one, but we were in the pound yen, so that does the trick. Swizzy has broken out below, but it's same as, you know, it's a sideways market, huge range, all of this. I would want it to clear it and then come back and test it, you know, clear, come back, retest, go down or go up. Some people were moaning that they missed this or missed that, but if you look at this and this, it's not really a setup 1, and if it's not really a setup 1, you shouldn't worry about anything. Dollar CAD has broken out nicely. Why do I have those lines? It's because of this. On the daily chart, if it starts to break this box, continues, this could be a nice setup one long trade. But so far on the hourly chart, it's within a sideways market. But the fact that it's moved so strongly like so, what it could do is to stay sideways like that overnight, and then if this happens, we'll drop to the M15. We'll drop to the M15. Sorry about that. Delete this. Delete this. And if it goes sideways like so, then we could have a trade around London Open, go short like that. So this could be our setup one, but we'll see how it goes. I'm making this video a little bit too early. What else is there? Australian USD on the hourly. Again, if it starts to now lose momentum and starts going sideways around here, it could set up for Wellington or Tokyo session around here. Yeah, around here on the M15 chart. So watch out for this one. Kiwi would be the same. This was a beautiful trade on Friday. Entered here, stop loss there, hits target point really beautifully. So this was a really good trade. When you get trades like these on Friday, you know, plenty of movements. Markets kind of moves on same day. If you're trading intraday, you'll see that they move all together when there's high volatility. And then usually after 1 or 2 days of great moves, you'll see this, because it's the structure of the market. You'll have trending 1, 2, 3 days followed by 1 or 2 days of pause. So if you understood that about the overall market, then even if you're trading the intraday markets, if you see 1, 2 days of strong moves, you know that there's a higher probability of markets staying within a tight range on the day after. So that's what it is. Thank you for tuning in.